everybody, Lisa here with another Vera Bradley bag of the day. I'm going to try again to knock out a couple of videos rather than putting everything together in one video because that would be super long, and also I know not everybody is interested in every topic, and it's Throwback Thursday, so I do want to do a Throwback Thursday vintage video, but I also want to talk about my bag of the day, which wasn't vintage, which is I'm excited about because it's a new to me style. It's the triple zip hipster, which I know I'm late to the dance once again. Everybody likes the hipster, and I I had no interest in it until I fell in love with a pattern. It really took me being crazy in love with a pattern, and like I've said in other videos, there are certain moments where I sort of go into Vera panic mode, and that usually happens when I realize that a pattern that I love is going majorly on sale or has already hit the retired patterns part of the website. Then I just go into panic mode, and I feel like I need to buy whatever I can find, and so that's what was happening to the Sure Thing. And I did just recently show my Sure Thing iconic Vera tote that I found, and I was just feeling like it's not enough. It wasn't enough because I know that's such a big bag that I'm probably not going to use it that often. And so I managed to get a triple zip hipster in it, but that was my bag of the day. But before I even get to that, I took my bag of the day to Hallmark and bought the last few things they had there in Sure Thing. They were 50% off, and it just shows you how desperate I am, because this is something I don't know how I'm going to use this thing. So this is and I got a coupon, but they told me I could use it on Vera, but the last time I had something like this, they wouldn't let me use it on Vera, so I don't know. Now I'm starting to wonder if it has to do with whatever salesperson you get. So I eat both of these things. I don't know how I'm going to use them yet. But this is the iconic lunch bunch. Like a little cooler, right? Little like lunch bag cooler. So it's it's lined with that plastic, insulating plastic. But I figured it's half off. Was that $17.50, whatever it was, and on the front it has the seahorse. So so I saw that. It was kind of a no-brainer, and I love that red coral colored starfish and a bit of the turtle there. So I'm getting the turtles are really growing on me too. There's another turtle in the back there, and almost another full one of these. Plus you get that nice piece of coral there. Another the orange starfish and another starfish. That was very nice. I mean, look at the variety and the colors there. It's not not just one or two colors. So you can this is actually good light right now because you can see the pattern in the background that I was talking about in my other video, or the background is not just one solid color. It's very subtle. Oh, there's a fish. I feel like you could look at this pattern for a long time and still be discovering new details in it, which is part of what's so nice about it. So anyway, I bought this. I'll probably, who knows when I'll use it. And then also got a lanyard. I really don't even know what I'm going to do with this. I guess I was thinking I can try to use it to tether things to, like in my other video I was talking about how I try to get more security and tether something to my bag, and I'm thinking I can find some way to do that with this, but I just like this. It's a strip of the fabric with part of the coral in there that I like, that rendering there. So you don't really see much of a pattern on an item like this, but it was one of those weak, crazy moments where I was like, Sure Thing. So, like I was saying, I feel like it just, it took me really finding a pattern that I just was so crazy in love with to even consider this style. Again, this is the iconic triple zip hipster. And so just, you know, for the few people out there remaining who maybe haven't tried this style yet, I thought I would talk just a little bit about it and put my stuff back in here, because I did find it in another pattern that I also like very much. And that one has my stuff in it right now. So I was trying it out. But, you know, there wasn't much I could find on eBay after getting that tote bag. And then there was hardly, I think was barely anything listed on Poshmark. It's a handful more stuff on eBay. And so I saw the seahorse there, and I thought, okay, well, this is the one I'll get, especially because on the back there's 2 more seahorses. So it's kind of a no-brainer for me. Although I have to say the turtle's growing on me, and it's a little sad I don't have much of a turtle presence on this bag, but there's one there. It's a little covered up by the slip pocket. But, and so I ordered it and was very pleased. And then I noticed there was another listing that had, from the same seller, with the same photos of this bag. So I started to panic a little bit, and so I thought, oh God, she's using stock photos, and so I'm not going to get this particular one. And I always take screenshots when I buy anything on Poshmark or eBay. I take screenshots of the item so that I can compare when I get it. If I'm suspicious, if something seems off, I make sure I got the thing I'm paying for. And so when I got this package, usually I get a package and I don't, I wait a little while. I don't always immediately open it. I'm doing stuff, but this I dropped everything to tear into the package to see, because I was all set to, like, oh, I'm going to have to return it. It's not going to be this item, but it was the item pictured. So I don't know what that other listing was. Maybe it's just a mistake that it was still up there and she hadn't taken it down or something. I don't know, but so I was very pleased and relieved. So, as most people know, it's triple zip, has the 3 zipper, it has the 2 zipper pockets on the front, and then the top zipper. The top zipper is a nice soft plastic zipper, and these are unfortunately the metal ones. And I was finding that they were sticking at first, and I feel like especially when I had the bag lying flat, oddly. But they seem to be smoothing out now, and even when I'm wearing the bag, they seem to be working. Occasionally they seem to catch a little bit. I don't know whether it's because they're catching on the lining, so I'm going to be careful about that, but it's a little frustrating, but I'll deal with it. So just so happy to get this thing. So the first zipper pocket goes down, basically to the bottom of the bag. I think the bag is about 11 by 11 or 11 by 11 and a half. The second zipper pocket also goes down to the bottom of the bag. So they're good sized pockets, but this pocket also has these 2 slip pockets on the back wall. So that's nice. And I actually did find today when I threw my car keys in this top pocket, I put them in that slip pocket, which kept them sort of up close to the top of the pocket, which was nice, rather than me having to fish around the bottom. So I like those slip pockets up there on this top zipper pocket. And then inside, there's just a zipper pocket there. And it's a decent sized pocket, and I definitely could get a wallet in there. Maybe not my biggest wallet, but a decent sized wallet will fit in there without much fight. The back has a slip pocket, and this is the one thing that I feel is a little odd about this item, and that this slip pocket is narrow. So it's only, like, I don't know why they didn't give you a slip pocket that's the whole width of the bag, and it's short, that's where it ends. So it's not taking up this whole, there must be some kind of reason for that, but I haven't figured out what that is. So that was that, and I will put it on with the stuff in it, but I just wanted to talk about, so now that I decided I like this item, and I used it today, and I was pleased with it and comfortable in it, it's kind of unfortunate, because I feel like now I have this whole other avenue of Vera buying that's opening up for me, which is the last thing I need. So, like, any time now that maybe a pattern is only released in a few styles, and one of them is this, and I don't know what to get, now I can get it. So, like with the Disney patterns, I don't always go for every Disney pattern, but there are some that I do think are interesting and would go for, and often they, they don't come in the full, complement of styles, bag styles, but they usually do have a triple zip. So, I can buy that now. Or whenever there's, a pattern I like and I just want a little bit of it, this is a good solution for that. So, it's dangerous. It's like, great. More money I can now justify spending. And so I did just that. Because I'm always looking for this pattern, and it came up the other day on eBay. I searched for it because I search for it regularly, and it's hard to find. And this is Winter Palace, which is was a Dillard's exclusive, I think. I don't know what year. Maybe someone can leave a comment if they know the year. I would love to know the year. So Winter Palace. And whenever I would search for this on eBay, and nothing was coming up on Poshmark right now, but when I would search for it on eBay, you only get a handful of things, and it's often just like a cosmetic pouch, or maybe a hanging organizer, or occasionally I would see like a tote bag, but it was out of my price range, and it's rare. There was recently a trimmed Vera, but I don't like that style. You see an all-in-one crossbody every now and then, but that's hard to get a nice pattern placement. You want the animals, and that's a very small item. So when this popped up, and it was new with tags, although the tag was attached in such a way that it could have been removed, and so I'm not 100% sure it's never been used, but it is like new. I mean, it's crisp, and it didn't smell, and I put, just in case people are interested, I did wash both of these, not together. I put them in the washing machine separately. But if people are wondering, can they put something with pleather accents in the washing machine, it went through fine. And this went through fine as well. Sometimes with items like this, I think the website recommends zippering all the zippers. But because I got these on eBay, I didn't do that. I left everything open because I wanted the water to circulate as much as possible. And it was fine. They went through fine. If I had to wash them again, I probably would zip the zippers now. I think it probably helps it keep its shape more or something. So anyway, I think I could see that maybe this bag might have been used once or twice, but really is like new if it isn't really new, unused. And I just have been, ever since I became aware of this pattern a little while back, I've just been, it's always in the back of my mind, always looking for it. So when I saw this pop up, and in such, in that, new with tags basically, I knew it was a hard to find thing. And whoever was selling it, I don't know if it was a woman or a man, they weren't price gouging. I mean, it was a fair price that they were asking for this, because this is a hard to find item, and it is in great condition. I did make an offer that was I knew it was on the low side, and I expected it to be rejected, and it was. And so then I kind of just left it alone for a day and thought about it, but I couldn't stop thinking about it. And then, I decided I liked this, and so I decided to go back and get this. And it was still there, and I made a better offer, and it was accepted. So I just, aside from the number of critters, which is great, right? You have the rabbit there, and you've got like a stag there, and I think a fawn, and you've got, of course, the cardinal. So that's a nice, you've got a nice range of animals there. But I also just really like this dotted line work throughout. It's very delicate and very like wintry, shimmery. There's just something very nice about it, and I think this pattern is very well named, which doesn't always happen. Some of the pattern names are a little odd. And I also like it's very sort of a minimalist color palette, I find that, and the colors are not jarring, they're delicate, but it's also like a primary color scheme, primary colors, just, there's a little bit of green in there, but there's basically red, yellow, and blue, so I kind of like that primary kind of color palette there. And of course, you can see this is a slightly different variation of an earlier variation maybe of this style, because it's got the plastic zippers throughout, which is nice. And on the back, you just get that nice, area of uninterrupted pattern. It's just so pretty. So I'm just so pleased and happy that I like this item too, because I mean I might have even still bought it, but I would have had it and I would have felt good that I had a little bit of this pattern, but it's nice to feel like it's an item I like and will use. Just made me very happy. I do have my stuff in here right now, which you're not going to be able to see because it's like a black hole, which is what I was going to mention. That, you know, this black linings, you lose everything in there, but what are you going to do? So just a difference I did notice, aside from the side, the profile where you can see there's like this piping, and at about this point it splits and gets wider, and the bag gets a little bit wider on the bottom, which is different from how this is treated, where, you know, it's just the piping just remains one piece of piping all the way around. So it's structured just a little bit differently. Over time, I guess they changed just a little bit. But these front pockets are also a little bit different, these zipper pockets. So there again, there's a zipper pocket with 2 slip pockets inside, but it's the front, it's the lower zipper pocket here, whereas on the other bag it's the top zipper pocket. And you can see the slip pockets there, you know, edged with a little bit of fabric. And this one goes down to the bottom, but the one behind it, which doesn't have any more slip pockets, it's just a pocket, this stops about here, so it doesn't go down all the way to the bottom like both of these zipper pockets go down all the way to the bottom. So that's just a difference I noticed. I don't really know that it'll make much of a difference to me because, like I said, I would put my keys in here, and since it's not as deep of a pocket, then they'll be easier to access. So that doesn't bother me too much. Might not ever even bother me at all. I'm just so happy to have this pattern. And so inside, again, there's won't be able to see it because it's so black, but there's a good sized zipper pocket in there. Again, it seems comparable to the one in the Sure Thing version. So I can just put it on, and then I can transfer my stuff to the other one and put that one on. And the hardware is a little bit, you know, different. This has the ribbon zipper pulls, and this has a round O-ring attachment, you know, hardware there. This buckle's a little flattened off. I'm not, you know, this wouldn't be my first choice. I prefer this buckle, smoother, softer. It's got softer edges, smoother, rounder edges on it. So I like that. And the hardware here is similar. It's just square, but has a nice soft edges, so that's nice. Oh, I'm sorry, Duke. So, you know, I'm just so pleased that I like this style now. I definitely, I mean, I don't hold things off for certain seasons, so I would wear this year round, but I definitely will wear this in the winter with a winter coat. I think it will look great. So I have a, you know, dark colored down coat. I think it'll look just great with that. So pretty, and it's comfortable. I mean, I think it's a nice break for my shoulders. I'm so used to, you know, having a heavy shoulder bag on my shoulders and being a little crooked, and you know, so it's not. It was nice when I wore my Sure Thing one today. Just feel a little bit of like giving my shoulders a break. Although I did notice I kept my hand like this, like I was so used to always having a shoulder bag. I didn't know what to do with my hands, so I have my hand like that. Anyway, but. So I think it looks, you know, it looks good, and I tend to like a longer rectangular shape for a crossbody, so surprised it took me this long. It took me this long to come around. So I'll just put on the Sure Thing one so people can see in case they're interested, because I think it's still available and on sale right now on the website. So probably would be even cheaper than what I paid, which wasn't bad. I can't remember exactly what it was. But it wasn't outlandish or anything. But you won't get, you know, your pattern placement. So what I had in here basically was just my wallet, and I switched out to a wallet that has sort of a thinner profile. This is a crossbody technically. I can't remember what it's called. I want to say Altogether crossbody maybe. I did talk about it in video a little while back. So that fit in there nice and flat, you know, not too bulky. I did have this. My iPad mini fits in there just fine. I didn't take my GPS pouch because it is a little bit smaller of a bag, so. So again, I mean, I definitely will, I mean, I'm probably going to use this weekend. And I definitely, there's something else that I'm surprised I didn't realize sooner, is that it's flattering in a way because, you know, a lot of women, I'm sorry, I'm standing in an awkward spot because my dog is on the floor right here. That's hard to work with wildlife. Is that it's good because, you know, it's sort of camouflaging a little bit the widest part of your body. Like a lot of women, this is the widest part of their body, right? And so it's kind of covering it a little bit, you know, sort of, it's flattering, right? It sort of gives you a little bit of coverage there. So, and I feel like it's easy to pack in luggage, right? I'm not going to ever worry about, okay, how do I fold up this? I want to take a bag with me, but I don't want to take up a lot of space in my luggage, you know. You just plop this down, it's nice and flat, and you put your clothing on top of it or whatever, cram it into your suitcase. So I feel like this will definitely work well for me when I go to my dad's and I want to take a bag, but I don't want to lug another shoulder bag because I've got my luggage with me. So yeah, just so, you know, pleased when I saw the seahorses. But since I am feeling like I'm starting to really like the turtles, that gives me another reason to sort of start looking around for something with a good turtle on it. So you can just justify every impulse I have to spend money on Vera. I can justify it. Anyway, that was my bag of the day and my my sure thing incident of the day at Hallmark. And now I'm going to try to do a Throwback Thursday video. And then also I have another request video that I wasn't able to get to the other day, so we'll see if I can crank that one out. I'm not sure if I'll make them all, but I have to start cooking dinner now. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, and hopefully see you